New policy alert. Visitors in Canada no longer eligible to apply for work permits. Welcome back to Canada Chronicles. In today's video, we have a major update that you don't want to miss. As of August 28, 2024, Canada has made a significant change to its immigration policy. Visitors in the country are no longer able to apply for work permits from within Canada. This is a big shift from the COVID-era rules, and it will have a major impact on anyone holding a visitor visa who had hoped to work here. We'll dive into all the details and explain what this means for you, including why the government made this decision and how it's tied to broader immigration reforms. Plus, we'll explore alternative pathways that might still be available if you're affected by these changes. And that's not all. Later in the video, we'll cover some alternative visa programs that might offer a smoother path to work or even permanent residence in Canada, so make sure to stay tuned until the end to uncover those opportunities. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on all things Canada immigration. Let's get started. As of August 28, 2024, a significant change has taken effect in Canada's immigration policy. Visitors in Canada who hold a temporary resident visa will no longer be able to apply for work permits from within the country. This policy reversal marks the end of a temporary measure that had been introduced during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. Initially implemented in August 2020, the measure aimed to provide relief to visitors who found themselves stranded in Canada due to global travel restrictions. The policy allowed them to apply for work permits without having to leave the country, offering a lifeline to those who were unable to return home. In addition, this policy granted eligibility to individuals who had held a work permit within the 12 months prior to changing their status to visitor. These individuals were permitted to legally work in Canada while their new work permit applications were being processed. The policy was set to expire on February 28, 2025, but Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, IRCC, has decided to terminate it ahead of schedule. IRCC has cited a need to adjust the number of temporary residents in Canada and safeguard the integrity of the immigration system as key reasons for this decision. For those who submitted their applications under this policy before August 28, IRCC has assured that their applications will still be processed. However, this change marks the end of an era for visitors seeking work opportunities within Canada without having to exit and re-enter the country. Cracking down on immigration fraud. One of the primary reasons for this early policy rollback is the government's growing concern over immigration fraud. According to IRCC, some bad actors were exploiting the policy to deceive foreign nationals into working in Canada without proper authorization. This development aligns with the department's ongoing efforts to combat widespread immigration fraud and manage the country's temporary resident population more effectively. Last year, for example, a major scandal involving 700 Indian international students came to light. These students had entered Canada with fraudulent letters of acceptance from designated learning institutions, DLIs. Many of these students were unaware that their documents were fake, highlighting the vulnerability of international applicants to unscrupulous agents and intermediaries. In response to this and other incidents, IRCC has implemented stricter measures to prevent such fraud. One notable change is the requirement for DLIs to verify letters of acceptance within 10 days of receiving an international student's application. Furthermore, Canada has introduced caps on the number of international students it will accept over the next 2 years as part of its broader efforts to manage temporary resident levels. Revisiting temporary foreign worker policies. Now that we've discussed the changes affecting visitors, let's look at the broader immigration strategy. The cessation of the policy allowing visitors to apply for work permits from within Canada is just one part of a broader strategy aimed at reducing the number of temporary foreign workers in the country. In the same week, IRCC announced several other significant changes that will impact the Temporary Foreign Worker Program, TFWP. On August 26, 2024, the department revealed that it would pause the processing of certain Labor Market Impact Assessment, LMIA, applications under the low-wage stream of the TFWP. This pause, effective September 26, 2024, will apply to applicants in census metropolitan areas with unemployment rates of 6% or higher. The LMIA is a crucial document that Canadian employers must obtain to hire foreign workers, as it demonstrates that there are no suitable Canadian workers available for the job. In addition to pausing LMIA applications, IRCC has introduced new restrictions on the number of foreign workers that Canadian employers can hire under the TFWP. The cap has been set at 10% of an employer's total workforce, significantly limiting the reliance on temporary foreign workers in low-wage positions. Moreover, the maximum term of employment for workers in the low-wage stream has been reduced from 2 years to 1 year, further tightening the program's regulations. These changes represent a rollback of several pandemic-era policies that were introduced to address labor shortages during the COVID-19 crisis. At the time, IRCC and Employment and Social Development Canada, ESDC, allowed Canadian employers to hire up to 30% of their workforce through the low-wage stream and extended the validity period of LMIAs to 12 months. However, as the country emerges from the pandemic, the government is recalibrating its approach to immigration and temporary foreign workers. The rollback of these policies reflects a shift towards managing the influx of temporary residents and ensuring that the immigration system remains sustainable and fair for all stakeholders. Temporary resident levels and future considerations. Immigration has become a central issue in Canadian policy discussions, with temporary resident levels receiving increased scrutiny. The inclusion of temporary resident levels in the annual Immigration Levels Plan, announced last May by Employment Minister Randy Boissonnault and Immigration Minister Mark Miller, was a historic first for Canada. This move underscored the government's recognition of the growing impact of temporary residents on the country's immigration landscape. In recent months, the government has made several announcements related to managing and reducing the levels of temporary residents in Canada. These changes reflect a broader trend of tightening immigration policies to address concerns related to labor market dynamics, fraud prevention, and the overall integrity of the system. Looking ahead, Minister Miller has signaled his intention to consider adjustments to permanent residence levels in Canada in the coming years. This could potentially lead to further changes in the country's immigration landscape as the government seeks to balance the needs of the labor market with the realities of managing a diverse and growing immigrant population. Transition to alternative pathways. Thanks for staying with us this far. We appreciate your time and hope you're finding this information valuable. Now, let's pivot to something equally important that may be on your mind: navigating Canada's complex immigration pathways amid these changing policies. While the recent updates may seem daunting, especially for visitors and temporary residents, it's essential to understand that there are still opportunities available if you know where to look. One such opportunity lies in exploring alternative visa programs that may offer a more straightforward path to work or permanent residence in Canada. Exploring alternative pathways amid policy changes. As Canada tightens its immigration policies, it's crucial for those affected to explore other avenues that may still provide a way to work or settle in the country. For example, the International Experience Canada (IEC) program remains a viable option for young people from eligible countries who wish to gain work experience in Canada. This program offers work permits to those aged 18 to 35, allowing them to live and work in Canada for up to 2 years, depending on their nationality. Another option worth considering is the Provincial Nominee Program, PNP. While many PNP streams require a job offer, some provinces have streams that cater to specific skills or industries, making it possible to secure a nomination without a job offer. For instance, the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program, OINP, has a Human Capital Priorities stream that targets skilled workers in demand in the province. Similarly, British Columbia's Tech Pilot Program offers opportunities for tech workers, even without a job offer. For those looking to transition from a temporary resident to a permanent resident, the Express Entry system remains a popular route. Although recent changes have made it more competitive, candidates with high comprehensive ranking system (CRS) scores can still secure an invitation to apply ITA for permanent residence. Additionally, individuals with strong ties to Canada, such as previous work or study experience, may find themselves well positioned in the Express Entry pool. Another avenue that remains open is the Atlantic Immigration Program (AIP), which aims to attract skilled workers to Canada's Atlantic provinces. This program offers a fast-track pathway to permanent residence for eligible candidates and does not require a high CRS score. Finally, it's important to stay informed about any new pilot programs or regional immigration initiatives that may arise. Canada's immigration landscape is constantly evolving, and new opportunities can emerge at any time. By keeping a close eye on these developments, you can position yourself to take advantage of the latest opportunities to work or settle in Canada. As you navigate these changes, remember that the immigration process can be complex and challenging, but with the right knowledge and preparation, you can still achieve your goals. Stay informed, explore all available options, and don't hesitate to seek professional advice if needed. Thank you for tuning in to Canada Chronicles. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're always up to date on the latest immigration news and insights. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let us know your questions or experiences. More content is on the way to help you navigate your journey to Canada, so stay connected with us. Until next time, take care and see you in the next video.